Welcome back. Today we're talking about zucchini, which is pretty popular nowadays because it can serve as a great substitute. We have Natalie Hoefing with us from the Iowa Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Natalie, this looks delicious, great for breakfast. What are you making?
Definitely. Today we're making zucchini bread because Wednesday is National Zucchini Bread Day.
Fantastic. So you're going to put me to work.
I am, yes. We're going to start by mixing some of the wet ingredients. I'm going to have you start with the applesauce.
So applesauce is another one of those good healthy substitutes, right?
Correct, yes. We're substituting the applesauce for where oil would go, and then we're going to go with the honey.
Okay.
And honey is substituting the white sugar and the brown sugar.
Okay.
Honey does add a little bit more trace minerals, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants that you wouldn't usually get from white sugar, brown sugar. Now we're going to add the egg, lots of good quality protein.
Yep.
Also followed by the milk, which is also a lot of good quality protein in there too.
What kind of milk do you recommend?
You can really use, typically skim or 1% is what I would recommend. And then vanilla.
Ooh.
And then next, before the chocolate chips, I'm going to have you start grating some of the zucchini as well. So, yes, you want to hold this.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, left hand, perfect, and then grate that into the bowl. You got it.
Okay. When you talk about zucchini and using it for different things, like you can use zucchini noodles instead of pasta.
Yes.
There's a lot of ways that you can use zucchini to sort of substitute for a lot of, I want to say intense carbs, but for
yeah, exactly. Some of the more refined carbs.
There we go.
You can use zucchini for. So we're doing, or you can do noodles, you can do zucchini chips, and then this just really adds a lot of moisture to the bread when you're using zucchini this way.
Because that's what people always worry about when they're going for, say, gluten-free or a more paleo version of a recipe, that it ends up dry and won't even stick together.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
Do you use an entire zucchini?
Typically, yes, but we can kind of start stirring this up too. If you stir that up, I'm going to actually add, what we have here is white whole wheat flour as well.
Okay.
So that would be the next step, along with some cinnamon and nutmeg. And so the white whole wheat flour, you may have heard of whole wheat flour, but there's also a white whole wheat flour, and this just kind of mimics all-purpose flour, white flour, but it does provide a more finer texture, which is typically what's desirable in any type of bread.
And what do you think about, say, almond flour for this type of recipe? Will that work?
That, you'd want to kind of toy with the ratios of the ingredients, because almond flour will have a higher fat content, higher protein, so you'd want to make sure that you're substituting that somewhere else, but there's definitely good recipes out there that use almond flour that are really nutritious.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good to know. Love seeing the healthy alternatives.
Definitely.
And so there it goes. It mixes right up. Again, we didn't use all of the zucchini yet, but you can see how that would certainly make for some nice zucchini bread.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what else do you have for us this morning?
We so next is when you could add in the chocolate chips.
Oh,
or
could.
This is
That's a
definitely right. Not really optional, but you could really make that your own, and you could do chocolate chips. You could do walnuts, almonds, pecans, cranberries, really whatever you prefer, and it will really, be pretty tasty. So we've got the chocolate chip example here.
Yeah, and look at this great spread. She's got it paired with strawberries and, of course, coffee.
Coffee.
You knew you were coming to a morning TV show.
Yes.
Natalie, can't thank you enough. If people have questions or are looking for great dietary advice or recipes, where can they go?
They can go to eatrightiowa.org.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks, Alyx.
Doesn't look, I'm going to have to take a bite of this. Matika, why don't you take it away with the forecast?